We'll blaze a trail, raise hell, raise hell. Hell to the commanders will prevail. Raise hell, raise hell. Hell to the commanders never fail.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the On Defense podcast. It's your host, Rev.
And Kenny G.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is week 14, and we are going into the Desperation Bowl, is what I'm going to go ahead and call this. Two
Woo.
teams with a combined losing streak of 11 wins. If you combine both teams' losing streaks right now. So it's going to be
Of
really
losses.
crazy.
Combined
Yeah,
losing streak 11 losses.
that's crazy. That's real crazy. So we're calling this the Desperation Bowl because somebody got to win it. Uh, somebody got to do it.
Who knows? It may end in a tie, Rev. Don't say that too soon.
Hey, relax. If you put that evil on, you probably don't do it. Yes, sir. So this is going to be a good matchup. The Vikings coming into this 4-8. Commanders coming to a 3-9. We know that these teams are really struggling, and honestly, whoever loses this game is effectively eliminated from the playoffs. Right? That's crazy to say that both teams with bad records are still technically in playoff contention as of now, but whoever loses this for
Absolutely.
sure goes home. So we're going to break down all the keys to victory, some of the key matchups. We'll talk about the injury report. We will also talk about the Commanders' obscure chances to make the playoffs. Less than 1% right now, but there is a chance. There is definitely still a chance. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's episode. But before we get started, shout out to everybody who's tapped in right now. I see a few people who are here. Sorry for being a little bit late. Y'all know life happens sometimes. We were on CP time, but it is all good. We are here now. We're happy that you are here with us. Kenny, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great. Blessed to be here on this Saturday, getting ready for the Sunday matchup, man. I'm excited to see JD5 back. That 5 + 7 = 6. Same color T-shirt, 17-5. Really looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to seeing all these guys back on the field healthy. We have our full offense intact, minus X. That's literally the only player on offense minus X. So, man, I'm looking forward to putting up a 40 burger tomorrow.
Ooh, 40 burger, man. That's crazy.
Woo!
I listen, I love the optimism. I can't speak for the score just yet. I'll save that to the end. But I am looking forward to seeing a good matchup on this particular game, man. Especially with the way things have been going. Ironically, like both teams match up really well as well. The stakes are high for both coaches, in both Dan Quinn and Kevin O'Connell. Who's going to stop the bleeding, right? That's going to be really what we're going to see in this one. And another really good thing that I'm happy to see is this is going to be the first time we're playing against Jonathan Allen.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
absolutely.
know me, you know I'm a huge defense guy. John Allen was one of my guys, even though I'm more of a Payne fan now because he's still on my team. But I was definitely a big Payne fan and John Allen, so I like those Bama guys. So shout out to John Allen. Hopefully we dog his team on this particular one on there, but I know he's going to play with a little extra chip, and that is the strong side of Minnesota's team. So let's dive into that. Starting with the injury report, but before we do that, for everybody watching, who's more desperate for this win? Is it Minnesota? Is it the Commanders? Go ahead and drop that in the comments. Uh, Sound off about it. Let us know your feelings on that. Week 14. Let's start with the injury report. Get my slides going for us.
Mm.
So you can see why, for the first time, our injury report is not longer than the other teams.
For the first
Kenny
time.
mentioned,
For the first
Kenny mentioned
time.
it earlier. This is the first time. It feels like all season. So
Mm.
it's crazy.
Yeah, bro. We've never been on this side of the fence. So the fact we're on this side of the fence for the first time this season is just crazy. I wish this happened 6 weeks earlier, but unfortunately, this is where we are. This is where, the ball has fell our way, but we have an opportunity right now to truly end the season on a high note. This whole tank thing, I don't know why even fans are still talking tank. We don't operate in such a fashion. We don't do that. All right. We play to win the game. All right. So the fact of the matter is we are healthier than we've ever been. JD5 has all his weapons, but look at the other side, man. I mean, normally this is our laundry list. Our grocery list looks like this. So the fact of the matter is, we're coming in, and we're actually favorites. Vegas has us as favorites in this game. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a good matchup, man. And playing Big JA again, man. First time we ever seen him in a different jersey. First, he's a burgundy and gold, alum, I would say. But I'm actually looking. Oh, also JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy, that's Mikey Sanderstill's teammate from college. They won a bowl game together. They also were in a position where, this is the first time they've ever played against each other. First time ever. Obviously, Mikey is his second year. JJ first time starting. So it's gonna be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to the matchup.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a fun game at this point in the season for both teams. I think those guys are just looking to go out there and play good football. I love what Jayden said in his press conference. He's like, he doesn't really have any expectation for this game. He just wants to go out and play at a high level, and I think that's the right attitude that we need
Right.
to get on there. So, yeah, what's going on here in the chat? Instagram chat's popping.
What they talking
I don't
about,
see.
man? What they talking about on IG?
I am I am Ham said, I don't see why they're starting J5. The season's over. Let's preserve him and build towards the
Oh
season. Man,
Lord,
like we were just talking
Lord,
about it. Listen,
stop it, bro.
Jaden said it best. He's like, I used to play this game for free. You mean to tell me I won't come out and play now and I'm getting paid for it? Like, he loves the game. You gotta let him play. He's only a sophomore quarterback. We gotta let him get as many reps as he can. And honestly, like we talked about last week, the better we do now, the better it is for our free agent acquisitions in the offseason. Because mind you,
Thank
we
you.
only have 6 picks. We're gonna need all of those picks to order to be a little better. Now, granted, if we're in top 10 category, top 10 position, Adam Peters might finesse something and move back and get us some more picks. Who knows? We could definitely do something like that. But at the
Absolutely.
same time, we have to respect the fact that these guys are professionals. We got to try to put ourselves in the perspective of a player as opposed to a fan and see what it would mean. If you
Exactly.
didn't play, that means you're not getting a paycheck. You mean tell me you're not going to want to get a paycheck if you're healthy and you just going to tell your man you're not going to show up to work? Come on, bro. Like, you got to do that. So I respect
Come
that,
on.
but I want to see 5 out there. We need some of that motivation. And honestly, as we'll talk about a little bit later on there's still a chance. Cue Dumb and Dumber right now. There's still a chance. You're telling me there's a chance, and we need to win out. I'm all in favor of winning out on there. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, man. And we could also spoil some. We could play spoiler. There's a
Yes.
lot of opportunities for us to end this season on a high note. I tell people, anyone that thinks like that probably never played a game of football before. Because I'm telling you, when you're a competitor, when you're in a gladiator sport, y'all got to understand there's a minimum amount of games. This is not, people don't tank in the NFL. Now, if we already didn't have our QB1, maybe
And I
I would
say tank
understand.
for sure. If Sam
Then
Howell was
I
out
say
there, tank all day.
come on, that's different. But when you have your franchise quarterback and he's healthy, he's healthy enough to play. Let the man play. Would you look like just sitting him? That doesn't even make sense. And as you alluded to earlier, Reb, don't we want to? This isn't the Snyder era, okay? We left this era, all right? I survived it, and you did too. So you got to understand something. If we were in the Snyder era, I get it because we did that for 20 years. Where did that get us? Where did tanking for 20 years get us, man? It got us nowhere but the toilet bowl every single year.
Yeah.
Understand something. Even teams that win still build successful rosters because at the end of the day, the only time you're looking for a top 10 pick is if you're looking for your franchise quarterback. You can still find talent in the later rounds. You can still find talent in the later first round. You can still find talent. Sometimes you find better talent in the later first than you do in the top 10. There's busts every day. There's busts every day. You know what I'm saying? So understand that we are in a position to win. And did you not see what Von Miller said on his pod? He wants to run it back with us. Now we as a situational pass rusher understand that we don't get it twisted. The only reason why he's getting as many reps as he do is because we're injured at that position. But next year, it's the fact that that's that DQ effect. Players want to play for DQ. And if he turns the season around like he's already done in the last 2 games, it shows our defense has been playing much better than what we've had with Joe Witt as our leader on as our defensive coordinator with DQ calling the plays now, you finally see these guys playing with enthusiasm on both sides of the ball. But surely defense is what we needed because that was our weak spot. So these guys are playing with enthusiasm. They're playing with heart. They're playing with grit. That's what you want to see out of these guys, not just some guys that are just out there playing like George Pickens, just trying to get a check and being lazy out there. The point of the matter is, let's end the season on a high note. Simple as that. End the season on a high note. If we have a chance to make it to the playoffs, God damn it, I'm playing for it.
Yeah, and honestly, playoffs aside, just it goes back to constant improvement and making this place a free agent acquisition. I get it. We don't want to risk hurting Jayden, but Jayden is a professional, and as my boy I am Ham is saying, he said he played in college, and and he's still on the opposition side, and that's okay, man. It's
That's
perfectly
cool.
fine.
You have every
I
right to
do
be.
get where you're coming from to want to protect our franchise quarterback, but at the end of the day, it's not like he's in his fourth or fifth year where we could shelf him and then we know Jayden still needs those reps. So I'm a firm believer that if he's healthy and he can play, let him play. Let him get out there.
Reps
Play
aside, not to cut you off, Red. I want to finish on this note because we're talking about the whole resting JD and having him play or not. The fact of the matter is, bro, like, who says he won't step on the field next year and get hurt the first down that he steps out, like the first game next year? Who says that? There's no way of telling. Only God knows. All right. There's no way of telling when you're going to get hurt. So what are you supposed to do? Just wrap him up like a Christmas gift? That's what you're supposed to do. Like, so next year we're supposed to wrap him up again, like a Christmas. Like, I don't understand that thought process. Now, if he is healthy and clear, like 100% healthy, you play him. It's not like we're forcing him back out there. We're not forcing him back out there by any means of imagination. So, my mind, you play him. Simple as that.
Yeah. I do like the point he made that Mariota can win us games, but I also think like I look back at the Broncos game. I think if we had a healthy five might have
We're the
been the
one.
edge
I
that
think so.
that could get us over there, man. And we'll talk a little bit more about why it's important for him to play beyond this. But I do love this back and forth on there. Let's get back to this injury report before we move on there. So, uh, key things to keep in mind as we've been talking about. 5 is cleared; he's going to be back in this game. But there's three names that I'm watching on this injury report. One is Drake Jackson. I was definitely looking forward to seeing Drake Jackson get a chance to play and see what type of juice he would add to our pass rush. So he's out for this week. We're gonna have to wait on that. Who knows what's going on there? He was a former second round pick, was he, for the 49ers? So
Second round.
yep,
Second round pick. He's only 24 years old.
so I'm interested to see how that's gonna develop. Hopefully we get a chance to see him if he can add some juice on there. Um, Also, Bobby Wagner is on the injury report. He's listed as questionable. I just wanted to say that Bobby has not missed a game since 2018. So if he
Woo!
ends up not playing, this will be the first time since 2018 where Bobby Wagner is missing a
Yeah.
game. So I doubt that's going to happen. I think he's going to at least still play and just not get out there as much. But definitely,
Yeah.
um, that's going to be a big one. And then Noah Brown,
Hmm.
man, that's that's a big one right there. I'm really watching to see what's going to happen with Noah Brown. That's going to be another weapon. We've been talking about how the development, especially at the end of the season here, we want to see if how our team is going to develop and how we look, right? I personally enjoyed seeing us against the Broncos because I feel like that's the team we would have had all season if we weren't injured, right? So it's interesting to see that and seeing how Noah might fit in. And also, I'm in the wheelhouse of keeping Traylon Burks. So I want to see how they're able to use guys like Noah, Trey Burks, Debo, and having Lane, all those guys along with Terry, that full gamut of receivers, seeing what that offense is going to look like. So I want to see how things are going to shake out in there as well. But let's talk quickly about the Minnesota Vikings because we are playing them. The key things I want our fan base to pay attention to on the Viking side is the fact that their O linemen, both on their left side, Christian Darrisaw and Donovan Jackson are both questionable. If those guys don't go, that's
Hmm.
going to be interesting for JJ McCarthy, who's already struggling. I believe he's negative 15 in the turnover margin so far this season, which is crazy. So I really want to see how things are going to go out there on that left hand side. And also Ty Chandler is on. He's coming back from IR, so we might get a chance to see them on there. But it's going to be very interesting because the Vikings have been struggling in that pass game for the last few weeks. honestly, it feels like ever since Carson Wentz got hurt, they've been struggling in the past game, which is
No,
crazy.
it's true. Your facts. Jefferson on my fantasy team, and well, he was till I traded him because I saw this, coming about, and he's been struggling. He's superstar receiver, and you can't get him the ball, and he can't get the offense going. I don't know who can. So, fact of the matter is, they absolutely have been struggling in the pass game, and even in the run game too. They've definitely been injury plagued as well this season. So it's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one. And we're not ain't no excuses. We're going to their house too. It's gonna be
Yeah,
it's gonna be at their stadium.
beautiful
So
stadium.
yeah, absolutely beautiful stadium, man. We should have made the trip, Red. We should have made the trip.
Yeah, I have family in Minnesota. I definitely wanted to, but the way the flights are very weird coming out of Minnesota to DC. I wasn't able to find flights that I personally liked at the times that worked for me. I would have had to fly out way earlier than I would like to. So yeah, man. Yeah. What's up, chat? What's everybody doing? How's
What
everybody
it
doing
do,
on this
chat?
Saturday? What's up, Mark? They saying on Instagram that they think Terry was faking being injured.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Our boy Lou definitely is in that same wheelhouse as well too.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Chat tapping in, man. I want everybody, express yourself. Express yourselves in the comments, man. Don't be shy. People tap in. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It means so much to us. We are over the 500 mark. Our next mark is 1,000. Help us get there. If you're watching on Instagram, if you're watching on X, ensure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel.
Mark said, "Hey,
See, Kenny still is ducking me a few weeks back. Hey, listen, he wanted to duck that Seattle work. That's what he think I was ducking the Seattle work. Mark runs a Seattle podcast. All right, so shout out to Mark. But at the end of the day, we never ducking no work, man. We never ducking.
shout out to Improper Fantasy Football Podcast. You can check them out
Improper
on Spotify.
fantasy football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's get back to this matchup, right? You can see on the screen right now we're talking about the return of the Jedi and what all of that means. We've already kind of covered that pretty extensively, but definitely having Jayden back is going to be one of those key things in this matchup. But not only is Jayden coming back, JJ McCarthy is coming back. So this is an opportunity for him to get right as well too, because our defense, specifically in our secondary, has given up a lot to wide receivers, and Jettas is definitely a great wide receiver. But is JJ going to be able to actually get that ball to him? What do you think, Kenny?
No,
You don't think so?
straight up. No, I
All
don't
right.
think so. Be honest with you, I don't. I know our pass defense has typically struggled, but I just feel like we've turned a new page. I think with DQ, I think with Mikey, playing on the outside, I think that's going to make a difference. Who knows? He may follow him all game. I just see an improvement. I really don't see. I mean, it's going to be a good matchup, right? It absolutely is. Now, if they had a true number two, like similar to the CD Lamb and George Pickens type situation, that's going to be our real test in my eyes. When we play Philly, when we play Dallas, that's going to be a real test. But with Jettas, he's they got Jordan Addison, they got some he all right, but in my eyes, it's JJ. JJ is what makes that offense go. So if we bracket him, if we double him all game, if we have Mikey, I'm excited. I'm gonna see if Mikey follows him. That's what I want to know. I want to see if Mikey follows him, considering the fact that we don't have Amos on the opposite side. If we have Mikey and Amos, I'll be 100% confident. But still, with DQ and the coverage that and with him calling the defense, I'm more confident in being able to shut down JJ McCarthy and Jettas.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Plus,
I am
plus,
heavy
bro, they haven't
ass.
done anything. It's not
Yeah.
like Jettas has gone off. He hasn't had a
He hasn't been
150-yard
able
game
to.
yet. Yeah,
He
he
hasn't been
hasn't.
able
He
to.
hasn't been able. Yeah.
He
So
hasn't
what
been
makes you
able to.
think he's gonna go off
Quarterback
against
play.
us?
Well, I mean, the
Yeah.
quarterback play is been abysmal to say the least in Minnesota so far this season. Honestly, since Carson Wentz left. That was the last time you saw some juice in that quarterback room.
Facts.
JJ had a few flashes there, and I think he can flash, so we don't want to like, go in and not expect him to do anything. But I do also think that we can get the best of him in this particular matchup here. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how our defense is going to be able to do that. Specifically, up front, I think that's where we win this game. Is going to be up front. We've been looking a whole lot better up front. We played really, really well last week against a team that people didn't expect us to do so again. So it's going to be really great to see that. And most of that success came from our offense last week. I think our offense did a phenomenal job of moving the ball, and our defense did a good job of holding where they could. They could have done a little bit better. On the screen, you can see currently that along with JD's return, this is going to be the first time we're seeing Jayden Daniels, Terry, Debo, and perhaps Noah Brown all on the field at the same time, which is going to be really, really great. You can see, shout out to
Ooh.
Jayden Daniels MVP. He tweeted that last time this happened was week 2. That's crazy. That is really, really crazy to see that. And it looked good. Like I remember being at that Giants game and seeing how the defense really had to think when you can motion Debo, you can motion Terry. You just had so many more wrinkles into our offense that made things really, really difficult for them. And not to mention
Yeah.
that our three-headed monster in our running game that we have. So things are really going to be crazy on there. I think that's going to be a big thing on there. I know that the Vikings defense has struggled against running quarterbacks a little bit. So that's another thing that I'm looking forward to. To I am him's point earlier, Marcus or Jayden both are the excellent runners in this game. So we'll see if that mobility will really be able to shine out and really give us some extra juice that we need. I'm confident that we can win this game, but it also could go either way, right? Because both teams are desperate.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It could go either way, but I'm still confident in our guys. I'm confident in our guys making it happen only just because of uh, I'm really I keep honing in on it. I really feel not only with all our weapons, with everyone coming back healthy right now, there's just a lot of confidence in our locker room currently, even just because of the way we played against the Broncos last week. A lot of these guys, you see it in practice. I was watching Lake Lewis. Lake was mentioning how much of course he's gonna play the whole game. Come on, Lou, he's gonna play the whole game. But yeah, I was watching Lake, and he was mentioning how much energy, like it just feels different at practice once Terry and JD's in the building, they're all on the field, and your guys are healthy. It just brings a different energy to the locker room, to the practice facility, the way guys are operating in meetings. Hell, you even seen I love watching the Netflix Hard Knocks one, man, and the way that DQ was throwing the
Yeah.
water bottle, you know what I'm saying, getting the guys going. I was like, man, look at this. Like, we're uplifting. Like, everybody's uplifting our guy, even guys who are leaving the building. We want the best for them. And you could just truly see the camaraderie, between, our team, and those guys are really tight knit, man. We have a real tight knit locker room. So, yeah.
Most def. Yeah, man. That's the big part. The emotional lift that we get from having Five back is going to be big in this particular matchup, man. Having him in there consistently, the guys just love him. He just plays better. And even just seeing him at the podium yesterday, was it yesterday or a day or so?
Yesterday.
I think it was yesterday. Just seeing him at that podium, he just looked so much more poised. And I think he's learned a lot from being out as much as he has. He's only played, what, 6 games this season?
Believe
If
so.
that.
Yeah.
Like, he
6 or
he he
7.
hasn't played a very huge number of games for a guy who played all the games last year. So I do think that it's gonna be really, really interesting to see that coming back, and it's gonna all happen in the trenches, man. I think the run game is gonna be something that we're gonna need to lean on heavy in this matchup. And let's go just on that. Where will this game be won? Let's talk a little bit more about that. Vikings defense versus Commanders run game. Washington still has a top 5 rushing attack because of all the production we're able to get from our quarterbacks as well as our running back by committee. Those guys are doing good. So I would love to see that these guys got their life back and they're no longer lost, like DQ said last week. So how do you feel about that? With the Vikings defensive line, Jonathan Allen and co, can they win on early downs and force us into pass heavy situations?
Yeah. So I'll tell you this. I feel as if you're asking me, just to make
Yes.
sure. Okay, I don't know if we were asking fans or
Asking
you
you,
asking me.
asking the fans, asking you.
Got you. So I feel as if, when it comes to early down situations, and um, I I tell you this, no one's been able to really stop us in terms of the run game. Okay, our run game, that is, and that is really what controls the game. Okay, as long as we continue, because one of the main things I say a lot, I know a lot of our fans were upset last week that Cliff went away from the run in the second half, but I feel like that was more so game script because Mariota did throw the ball 50 times. He had 50 attempts, plus another 8 rushes on scrambles. So just keep that in mind. He dropped back a lot last week, but I think it was more so game script in the second half. I feel with this kind of game, it'll be a different scenario because we're not playing the Broncos. I feel like we're playing. I'm not saying that we're looking at a team that's a slouch because they're not a slouch by any means of imagination. But the point I'm making is I feel like we can have more success on the ground against the Minnesota Vikings, and we'll be able to be consistent with it throughout the entire game, all 4 quarters. If we continue to do that, if Cliff is able to establish the run early, all right, I feel like this can be a 250-yard rushing game. Okay, with our
Yeah,
three-headed monster with JD, this is the type of game that I feel like, okay. And then also imagine, teams can't stack the box like how they were
Terry back. He can
before
do it.
with Terry, with Debo, with Noah, with Trey Burks. Now we got weapons, and with JD5, like you can't stack the box. I dare you. I dare you to stack the box. Let Terry get one over the top on you. I promise you. Please play cover one, cover two all game. Please do it and stack the box.
So I want to say a couple things because on Instagram, I am him said you got to get Bill out on the flat more, and Mark also said we got to attack the outside run. I think those two things are very important, and Bill is the key to that. I'd love to see more tosses to Bill. I want to see him on the outside a little bit more like that, and I'd like to see. I've been calling for. I want to see C-Rod and Bill on the field at the same time. I want to see
Hmm.
more of that, right? Because Christian Rodriguez is more of the inside in between the tackles runner, whereas Bill, I think, is a better outside runner. So getting a good balance of those two guys on there. But to your point, teams definitely can't stack the box on us anymore. But I do want to highlight something about this Minnesota defense. I want to just talk a little bit about how they did last week against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Last week, their defense only allowed 19 points. The score was a little
Mm,
bit higher because there was a pick six that happened on there. They allowed 223 yards, one offensive touchdown, 4 sacks
mm,
they got on Sam Darnold, and
mm.
on the run game, they only allowed 125 yards, which is enough for us to still win. But I just wanted to highlight those things, along with the fact that they held Jackson Smith and Jigba to only 23 yards, and no other Seattle receiver got more than 40 yards against that Vikings defense. So that is something to keep in mind that the defense on the Vikings is actually their strong suit. Now, offensively, they're not really that great, and that's really where I think we can take advantage of it. But if we run the ball at these guys early, like everybody is suggesting, I really think we'll be able to get nasty on them and put BTA for real, for real. Like if we can get the ball going, the run game is going to be where it starts at. Stack the box if you want, like Kenny said, but that run game is going to open up everything for us, just like we saw last week, right? The way we were so effective in running the ball is why a lot of those passing plays we were able to get, even on the quick game. All those things were possible because of the threat of the run and having a guy like Terry back on the outside.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
So let's talk about Jettas and this passing attack against our secondary because that's going to be one of those things there. We talked a little bit about this earlier. Somebody said it in the chat. We can't have Jordan Addison looking like a star against us. Very
Yeah, not
much
at
so.
all.
I agree with that. So people need to be reminded that the Commanders are a very good team when they have JD5 healthy. This should be a bloodbath if they don't overlook. This could be a bloodbath if they don't overlook the fact. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If they come in here and attack them like they're a good team and we really get after it, and our defense can get after JJ McCarthy, which I know they can. I know they absolutely
Hmm.
can, especially the way they've
Yeah.
been playing these last 2 weeks. It's gonna be crazy. This game could get out of hand faster than anybody may think.
Facts. You never lie,
Oh,
Craig.
Bill touchdown. Okay, I see y'all.
I like it. He need to, man. What? How many? He hasn't
He-
scored since what? Week 5.
yeah, shout out to my boy Bill though, man. That's my
Yeah.
guy.
Shout out to Bill, man.
Shout out him.
Yeah, we need
Marcus,
to get Bill in the end zone.
we
Still have
definitely
Miners back. Oh yeah,
uh,
Mark is a Seattle Seahawks fan. For those that don't know, so yeah, he said he having nightmares of last week.
if he could talk about it, y'all know it. And I mean, nobody else has held Jackson Smith and Jigba under 79 yards all season, and the Vikings defense did. So I'm just putting that out there that we can't overlook them, but they also can't overlook our defense, even though our secondary is our weak point. Those guys have been playing better. Mikey has been sticky as glue ever since he's been on outside. So I really think that that's going to be something that we could take advantage of if we can generate somewhat of a pass rush, especially if their left side is a little bit hurt. We can get nasty, especially coming up the middle with Kinlaw and Payne. Maybe even seeing some Johnny Newton on the outside, and we know that Jacob Martin can get after it if you give him that space. Things can get really crazy on there. So I'm not too worried about Jettas in this game just because their quarterback has been struggling a lot and their offensive line has also been struggling as well too.
Absolutely.
For everybody in there, if McCarthy still can't get Jefferson the ball, the Vikings in deeper issues at the quarterback spot. Y'all think they're gonna have to go ahead and get another quarterback this year in the draft or get a free agent guy? They should have never let Sam Darnold walk, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe we see the return of Kirko Chains in Minnesota later. Now I feel like we've covered this matchup. There's not too much to say in this matchup. It's a losers bowl. Commanders have a chance. We Vikings have a chance. I think we have a slightly better chance just because we're consistent at quarterback. I mean, if you gave that Vikings offense Marcus Mariota, they probably would have won 3 to 4 more games, especially with the way that defense has been playing consistently. So let's talk a little bit more about the impossible dream here.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, right? We got to talk about this because as impossible as it may seem, there still is a chance. So at the current moment, our Commanders are sitting at 3-9. We know that. As far as wild card goes, we are eliminated. There's no possible way that we can get a white wild card spot. There's no way we can do it. It's just not a chance. Our only path, as you all can see on the screen, is to win the NFC East division. And we're going to detail how that's possible here now. So we know that with that week 13 loss, we're out of it for the wild card here. You can see that on the screen. And our only chance now is to win the NFC East. And this is going to be tough because not only do we have to do some things right, but we also need the Eagles to completely collapse, which is something that I'm praying for, man. I really think
they got a tough schedule.
They do have a tough schedule, and we could take advantage of that on there. So let's take a look a little bit at how this is going to shake down. First thing we need is to be perfect. That's pretty straightforward. We've got to win against Minnesota. We need Terry to score 2 touchdowns in order to get that win against Minnesota, as we have on the screen right now. Shout out to Daryl D on that. We also need to beat Philly. We need to beat Dallas, and we have to beat Philly as well again. So we're going to split with Dallas, and we got to sweep Philly, which sounds crazy, but if our team can get hot at this right time, that's very possible. And I think that's another reason why 5 is still out there, because if I know this as a fan, I'm sure that the guys on our inside of our team know that this isn't the Ron Rivera era where he didn't know whether or not we're going to get eliminated or not. DQ knows. He knows. He's paying attention to these type of things, and that's why he's still coaching these guys up to the fight. Even though winning could be a detriment to our draft positioning, I don't think he's going to give up any of that fight on there. So that's going to be interesting on there. Now, winning out, Kenny, what do you think? You think it's possible to win out?
I do. I mean, anything is possible, bro. I mean, quite honest, it's any given Sunday. With our team, and of course, it's the NFC East. Like anything's possible, bro. Like it's not as if it's 5 games left, right? We could beat Minnesota this week, right? That's step 1. And then step 2, Philly, of course, we got to be Chargers fans this week. Any opponent that Philly plays, which
I'm rooting for the Chargers all day.
All day, baby.
We already took their chant. Shout out to us being out there in LA. They have a really great chant when they do good things. Like, but it look charge. That's gonna be me all week. I'm gonna be rooting for those
charge.
I'm gonna be all up in that joint, bro. I'm ready to see that. I need the Chargers to win. Now,
so that will keep us alive. That will keep us alive. Yeah, go ahead.
So the second requirement, as you're saying now, is this is our rooting guy right here, everybody. If we want to see our team possibly have a chance, even though it's less than 1%, but there is a chance, right? we need to be rooting for the Chargers this week. Next week, we need to be rooting for the Seahawks. Mark, I'm going to need to borrow a jersey. The week after that, we're going to be rooting for us to beat
For
the
us.
Eagles. And
Yeah.
we're going to, unfortunately, have to root for the Cowboys.
The Cowboys
We're
playing
gonna
week
need to.
17.
We're gonna need to. We're gonna need to root for those guys, man. I'm not for it. And then week 18, we're gonna be back at us getting that W. So this path here is what we need to happen in order for our Commanders to even be able to sniff the playoffs remotely. Is we
Yeah.
need the Eagles to have a full on collapse on
Yeah. If this
there.
happens, we'll say if you need secondary team to move this roof, you see how it's bandwagon.
Hey, listen, next week I'm definitely gonna be on that bandwagon, man. I ain't even
Yes,
gonna lie.
sir. 1 week. 1 week. Nah, man, this is honestly, it actually can happen. Like, if you look at this schedule of 5 games, it can happen. Of course, we control our own destiny with 2 of those losses. Dallas, they very much so can lose to Dallas. Like, no ifs, ands, no buts about it. The Seahawks and Chargers, those are tough teams. At 8-4 team and 9-3 team, these are tough teams that they're going to have to play. Also, they're without Jalen Carter, the best player on defense that is down. He's week to week. He has shoulder surgery on both of his shoulders to get prepared for the playoff run. So we will see if he could come back healthy. We'll see if the Eagles can turn it around, because at the end of the day, bro, like, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen with the opportunity for us getting healthy at the right time. And then with Eagles, obviously, potentially on a downfall, we will see. We'll see, man. Anything can happen.
Ooh.
Any given Sunday.
There's actually a good correction on here. My math was wrong. I don't know where I
What
got
was
this
it?
from. But the Seahawks actually don't play the Eagles. It's
Who
even
is it?
rougher for us. It's gonna be the Raiders.
Oh,
Yeah, that's even tougher. Yikes. I don't mind rooting for the Raiders, but the Raiders just haven't been.
bruh. I didn't
They
know they
haven't been
played
it.
the Raiders.
Yeah, they haven't been it. Sorry, my correction.
Yeah,
My
bro. I
correction on
don't
there.
know.
The Raiders. Yikes. Yikes.
Oh, no,
Yikes.
bro.
Yikes. That might have took the air out of my story right there, man. Yikes, 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 yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. That's all I can
Yeah.
say. Thanks, Mark, for the correction on there. He knows his team better than
Yeah.
we do.
Oh, and then the Bills in the comments. Yeah, so that was a little off. The Bills, cool, but the Raiders is the question mark.
Yeah, yikes. Yeah. So Raiders, us, Bills. So the next few weeks, we need to root for the Chargers. We need to root for the Raiders, and we need to be rooting for the Bills. So that's going to be really, really crazy on there. Man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that I don't have to root for the Cowboys. I'm really happy about that correction. I told my wife the other day, because she's a Cowboys fan, I told her if we were to have a son and our son was to go to the NFL and play for the Cowboys, I would never wear that boy's jersey. I would just here made with his name and number on there, but I would never wear that boy's jersey. I'm dying to Commanders, man. You can find me in a Ravens jersey before you ever see me.
Hey, yo, I've never heard of that. I don't think I've ever seen a father not root for his own child.
I'm gonna root for my son. I'm just not wearing his jersey.
I'm just saying, I've never seen a father that even like. I want to know if anyone can pick that up. Has it ever happened in history where you seen someone's father that's a diehard fan of another team? Let's say Redskin Cowboys, huge rivalry. Like I want to know if that's ever happened, because I've seen some players that where family was born and bred Cowboy fans, and then they end up playing for the Redskins, and they end up being Redskin fans. So that's crazy. That'll be that's a wild.
Mark my words. Young Alate, I'll get like a navy blue shirt that has Alate on the back with his number, but it's not gonna have that star on it.
No stars.
I'll buy a Timu jersey before I rock that star. I promise you, bro. I promise you. He better go to the Ravens or something. You stop playing. Playing, man. Shout out to the offspring that ain't real yet, but yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's our path though. It's gonna be a rough path. It's less than a 1% chance, but hey, it gives us something to root for as we watch. He said, "I am him." Said, "I would never. I might would." He said, "I might would wear the socks." I might put some socks on. I might do the socks. I might do the
We can
socks.
cover them up. We can cover
Hey,
them
I
up.
can cover the socks up. I can cover them joints up. But yeah, man, you gonna have to pay me. I'm be like, son, you gonna have to do something, bro. You gonna have to buy that something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
man.
Man, it's rough. Kenny, would you do it?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I got this tatted on me, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Exactly. She was appalled. She was like, really?
Hey, listen.
That
I
much?
may
I'm like,
veto. I may have to veto if he get drafted by the Cowboys. I'll have to be there. But like, look, man, we're not even visiting. We're not even visiting
I might
Dallas.
have to pull
Dallas
a
called
Eli.
for.
I might have to pull a Eli. Like, nah, you're not
Pull a
signing.
Eli.
You're not signing.
Yeah, we ain't playing there.
He ain't signing unless he's like a 7th round pick and he don't got a choice. He ain't signing.
Yeah.
And even then, I'd be like, UDFA, baby. You can
UDFA.
UDFA, go draft him. Like, nah, he had terrible interviews. I'll be the one spreading the rumors. Terrible interviews. Nigga ain't clean his room in like 3 weeks.
That's funny, bro.
Oh man. Oh, somebody said wear his college jersey. That's what I would do. I wear his college jersey to every single game. I wear his college jersey to every game. I like that idea.
Hey Lou. Matter of fact, you know what Lou need to do? Lou need to be wearing Terry's college jersey. He need to buy Ohio State jersey before he come back from his 1-game suspension.
Oh yeah.
Next week, Lou, I need to see you in a Terry Ohio State jersey. Okay.
We had
for all that disrespect.
We had to suspend the 1 game.
Yeah. So for the fan base, I know one of our good friends of the pod, one of our really close friends, Lou. He was one of those Terry doggers, you know, dragging Terry through the mud. Okay, and we had to put him on a 1-game suspension this week from the group chat and from watching the game. He can't root for us this week because of the way he disrespected Terry.
He's a Ravens fan this week. He was Terry for Halloween. He was Terry.
He was. That's true.
With the injury and a whole bunch of money hanging out of his pocket.
Bro, whole money hanging and had the crutch. He had 1 crutch.
That's hilarious, man. Nah, but it's always nice seeing the possibility. I personally was surprised when I saw those odds that we still even have a chance. I didn't even think that was ever going to be a thing, but we do. But it's a fun conversation, y'all. I'm gonna leave the chat with this question before we jump into our closing predictions here. Do you think it's better for Washington to win out for growth or tank for draft capital? I feel like I know where a lot of people might land on there, but go ahead and drop that in the chat. I personally think winning for growth is cool because I feel like at this point in the season, we're probably gonna get a top 15 pick regardless of what we do. So winning for growth is where I'm at on that one. And I feel like Kenny is in the same wheelhouse as me.
Absolutely. No question. I'm all about growth, man. That's all that I want to see, man. And then plus, at the end of the day, I want us to be a destination spot. Like, let's end the season on a high note. Let's end the season with positivity. Go into the offseason with the opportunity to say, you know what? I like what our team had built on, you know, leading into the offseason. And let's just end it on a high note, man. Let's end it with the opportunity to spoil. Like we have the opportunity to spoil some playoff hopes for our 2 biggest rivals in Dallas and Philly. I mean, somebody got to win the division, right? But we may, you know, at least we may be able to knock out some seeding positions or be able to knock some guys off their high horse like Dallas or Philly, depending on who ends up with the division. If we don't,
yeah. If nothing else, I want to see us beat the Cowboys because I just don't like the way Dak Prescott be smiling,
bro. And also the way they beat us, and we play them on Christmas. Man, stop playing.
I ain't like it. They're lucky I'm not hosting Christmas. Otherwise, I would have went to that game. But I'm hosting Christmas this year, so I can't fade it. But man, that's that. I ain't like it. If we do nothing else, we just need to beat Dallas, and I'll be happy. I'll be happy as a bug in the rug, man. Hey, I want both LSU QEs to win out. Yeah, man. That'd be nice. That'd be very nice, man. But closing predictions. Keys to the game real quick before we go into our closing predictions. Run the ball. Get Terry the ball. Sack JJ McCarthy. Control the clock.
That's it. I mean, you said it. I don't have to say nothing. You said it, bro. Control the clock. That's control the clock. Keep the game don't get the game. Don't keep. Sorry, don't allow the game to get out of hand early. I think they struggled on offense. We cannot allow them to. We can't be the get right team, the get right week. This is not the get right week. All right. We are on the up and up. We have more momentum leading into this game than they do. And we have to take full advantage.
Be the hunters, not the hunted.
There
So
you go.
final score prediction for this matchup, Kenny. What are you thinking?
I know earlier when I came on, I said 40 burger, but I was just talking mess. Yeah, it was all hype. It was all hype. I'm going with 31-17 our way.
Ooh, 31-17. All right. I like that. I feel like 27-14 is calling my name. 27-14 is what I'm feeling for this game on there. We'll be able to kind of get that going. I see some score predictions coming in. 34-10 Vikings. Hey, Mark, we got you. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get that revenge for the 12 man for y'all, man. I'm holding y'all's offense like that. We got y'all.
Okay. Score predictions coming in.
Okay. All right. We're in the playoff, right? That's true. That's true. That's definitely true. I don't want to see a gritty from Jay Jettas all game. You know what? If they have to get a touchdown, I think it's going to come from their run game. I would love. I don't know if I love it, but if anybody deserves a touchdown on that Vikings team, it's my guy Ty Felton. Shout out to Ty Felton. That's the homie. He does play for the Vikings. So it's going to be nice to see Ty out there. So if anybody gets a touchdown, I would like it to be Ty Felton. I don't want them to get nothing.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he'll get a punt return, and that's it. Let it be.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, 35-20. 30-27 OT. Oh no, baby.
Whoa.
Oh no, baby. No more OTs, baby.
I don't want no more OTs, baby.
Oh no, baby.
45-10.
I like that.
I said 40 burger early. You see what I started?
Yeah.
JD5 rushes for 75 and 2 touchdowns, pass for 250 and 2 touchdowns. Damn, 4 tuds.
I like that.
And 325 yards total.
I like that. He could do it. He could do it.
Why not?
Wouldn't be the first time he's
Mariota did it.
that. Exactly. Won me my parlay last week. Shout out to Marcus. But yeah, y'all, it's been fun. We really enjoyed this. It's always nice being able to connect with y'all on there. Definitely keep tapping on in. Like Kenny said earlier, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are not already. We enjoy interacting with all of you all across all of the platforms we're on. Instagram, X, YouTube. We're also on TikTok if you're not already following the THE OTF podcast. TikTok, all the handles are the same. So definitely make sure you check us out, man. We're going to keep bringing you all more and more news as the season continues to wind down. I'm planning on doing a few episodes where we just talk about some of the moments you didn't see. I know this year we haven't been up with our vlogs as much as we were last year, just from the way the season shook out and just scheduling and stuff like that. But we do have some moments for the games we did see, even though there were losses. So we'll do a little clip show episode, and hopefully we can get some more player interviews going and a few things going. I believe the homie Freddie D mentioned wanting to come back, so we'll see if we can get him back for one of the division games to talk to you all on the live stream as well too. So definitely keep tapping in. We appreciate every single one of you all. Have a great weekend. If you're watching this later, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, check out the OTF podcast, root for yourself, root for this team, and let's get this W. Raise hell, raise hell. 40 burger.
We'll blaze a trail, raise hell, raise hell.